Hey Poke Crew, Mama Kangaskhan here, and today I'm doing my first Halloween themed video of the month. Before I get into anything though, I want to do a shout out to Leonhart, who is doing a base set booster box opening for charity soon. I grew up on base set. This is the first set of all the Pokemon cards ever. And so this opening is going to be bringing back a whole lot of memories for me of when I got my first Charizard holo, to the fact that every booster pack that I opened had one of the holos that everybody was after. So yeah, I always had the best of luck when it came to the trading card games. Anyway, I think this bout of nostalgia is great, and the fact that Leonhart is doing this for charity is awesome. So you can click on the box here, or you can click on the link in the description below to see the unboxing of the booster box and learn about what and when this will be happening. Alright, for a little bit more information, I am going to be trying to do a couple of videos per week. One that is going to be spooky based and the other not so much. It's probably going to be more along the lines of updates for games and stuff, but you're going to have to bear with me. I can't always do 2 videos a week, so I will definitely be doing spooky based videos at least once a week. Alright, now to my top 10 scariest Pokedex entries. This is my opinion and not to be taken literally, so bear with me. If you have a Pokedex entry that you find scarier, or if you think that one of mine should have been higher up on the list, put it in the comments below. I want to hear your guys' opinion, and tell me why you think this should have made it to the list, or why it should have been higher on my list that's here. Alright, now to the countdown. Number 10, Glalie. The Pokedex entry reads, Glalie has the ability to freely control ice. For example, it can instantly freeze its foe solid. After immobilizing its foe in ice, this Pokemon enjoys eating it in a leisurely fashion. The reason why this is number 10, not higher up on the list for me, is because the Frostbite would get you first before Glalie even started eating on you. Basically, he gave you a numbing effect. So the worst you would feel is maybe slight tugs where he's, chewing on parts of your body. You wouldn't actually feel any real pain until you started to thaw out, which is highly unlikely. That is why Glalie is number 10. Number 9, Honedge. Pokedex entry says, if anyone dares to grab a tilt, it wraps a blue cloth around that person's arm and drains that person's life energy completely. We already know that Honedge is a possessed ghost sword. That's not the problem. It's kind of spooky, yeah, to think that you could just go up and find this really old looking sword, grab it, and you die. But then again, if you've watched any horror movies, they always seem to have a logical explanation for being in that area, such as the museum that's not protecting its merchandise very well, or it's a family heirloom, and the person who grabs it is possessed. That is where their life energy goes. So, yeah. Then again, it could also be that the person is a collector of swords. That happened on Scare Factor. Still, it's not the scariest thing. I mean, it'd be scary to see it happening to you, or to have it happening personally to you, but it's still not the scariest thing in my opinion. Number 8. Banet's Pokedex entry is, Banet generates energy for laying strong curses by sticking pins into its own body. This Pokemon was originally a pitiful plush doll that was thrown away. It seeks the child that disowned it. This one is rather spooky. I mean, it makes you want to actually take care of your toys and keep them with you forever, and then pass them on to somebody else. The problem is, I don't think a parent would give their child a voodoo doll. That is why this one is where it is on the list. Is that Baynet is essentially a freaking voodoo doll, and no parent is going to give them that unless they, have a strong hatred for their own child. Number 7, Haunter. Its tongue is made up of gas. If licked, its victim starts shaking constantly until death eventually comes. I don't even know how to interpret this. Alright, so it doesn't really have a tongue, it's just made up of gas. And it licks you and you start shaking. Does that mean it's sucking out the air from your body, or is it sucking out your life? Is it sucking out your soul? I can't really interpret this very well, that's why this one is number 7 and not, number 4. I can't interpret it too well. So if you believe that this one should have been higher on the list, then please tell me what this Pokedex entry means, because it is a little baffling to me. Number 6, Yveltal. When its life comes to an end, it absorbs the life energy of every living thing and turns into a cocoon once more. Okay, so this is the Armageddon Pokemon. We can get that out of the way now. I understand this is a spooky entry, thinking that your life is in the paws or wings or claws, hands, whatever of a Pokemon. You also have to remember this is a legendary Pokemon, so it's not going to die easily. Another thing to keep in mind is that Yveltal is one Pokemon, and we always have Arceus to come and miraculously save at least some of the Pokemon and humans. So just pray to Arceus that you're one of the few that survives, and you're good. You're good. You'll be the new Moses. Number 5, Gorbis. Although Gorbis is the very picture of elegance and beauty while swimming, it is also cruel. When it spots prey, this Pokemon inserts its thin mouth into the prey's body and drains the prey of its bodily fluid. Okay, so this is the vampire of the Pokemon world, essentially. That's what I got from this. It is literally sucking the blood from your body. Other than that, this isn't really too scary. I mean, yeah, getting speared by a swordfish sounds frightening, and you wouldn't want to go swimming with this thing, but it's a Pokemon that is beautiful. That's what attracts it to you. So I'm kind of mixed on this, and that's why this one is number 5 on the list. Number 4, Duskull. Pokedex entry reads, Duskull can pass through any wall no matter how thick it may be. Once this Pokemon chooses a target, it will doggedly pursue the intended victim until the break of dawn. If it finds bad children who won't listen to their parents, it will spirit them away. Or so it's said. It loves the crying of children. Alright, so Duskull is the Krampus of the Pokemon world. If you don't know that urban legend, Krampus is the opposite of Santa. He kidnaps the bad children, puts them in a bag, beats them, and throws them in a river to die. Duskull does almost the same thing. It doesn't say what happens to the children, but one can only assume. I mean, they are crying. Perhaps he beats them, throws them in a bag, and drowns them in a river. Who knows? Number 3, Gourgeist. It wraps its prey in its hair-like arms. It sings joyfully as it observes the suffering of its prey. This thing strangles you with its hair and laughs as you die. Of course that is scary. That is a murderous intent right there in a Pokemon. It doesn't care who or what you are, as long as it can strangle you and laugh as you choke to death. Of course that's frightening to people. Number 2, Hypno. It carries a pendulum-like device. There once was an incident in which it took away a child it hypnotized. This is more scary because of the creepypasta story where Hypno is taking children and kidnapping them. It sings a very creepy lullaby. It's called Hypno's Lullaby. I'm sure everybody's heard it. And of course, that is super scary. I wouldn't want to be around Hypno with that Pokedex entry in mind, mostly because I have a child. But when you think about it, it may not be as scary as you think. Maybe it's protecting the child. Who knows? Still, this is number 2 on the list because of the creepypasta Hypno's Lullaby and that creepy song. More so than for the actual Pokedex entry. If I just went off the Pokedex entry and not the creepypasta added to it, it probably wouldn't have even made it onto the list. Number 1, Yamask. These Pokemon arose from the spirits of people interred in graves in past ages. Each retains memories of its former life. Each of them carries a mask that used to be its face when it was human. Sometimes they look at it and cry. Okay, not only are you making people who are dead into Pokemon, but you are also making sure people capture them, make sure that they retain memories of their former life, and what's more? Oh, that's right. It carries the mask that used to be its face and cries over it. How more demented can you get? This makes me not want Pokemon to be real because I wouldn't want to become a ghost that later becomes somebody's pet who sits and cries and looks at a mask every night. That is just creepy in itself. The fact that you know that you're a ghost and that you had these memories of things you've done that would have caused you to become a Pokemon. Yes, I know that Kadabra was once human. It was a child with psychic abilities and became a Pokemon. Sure, that's freaky, but not freaky enough for this list. Yamask died, comes back to life as a Pokemon, gets captured, fights other Pokemon, all while staring at its old face and crying. How can you not feel sad and creeped out by this Pokemon at the same time? That's my reasoning for it. All the others, yeah, you're scary, but no. I don't really want a Yamask anymore. I'm gonna go to my Pokemon games and just get rid of all my Yamask and set them free and say rest in peace. Alright, that's it for this video. The viewer's choice video will be in the next week or so. I can't exactly put an actual date on it, but the vote for that will be here, and as soon as I get my new tablet, I will be putting another viewer's choice poll on Pokeamino. Until then, sweet dreams, and pray to Arceus tonight that your soul remains with you. I'll see you all next time. Bye! Check out my other videos, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more.